everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video about our whole house selling process. It was so amazing, so smooth, so exciting, and we made a pretty decent amount of money on our house. So I've had quite a lot of questions recently and in the past on how we bought our home when we did and how we managed to make so much money on it. And it's sort of been a long, lengthy process that has had a few different sort of stages involved in doing so. So I'm going to take today's video to share exactly what we did with you guys, and I hope you guys like it. Okay, so to get started, we sold our house about a month and a half ago. However, we've only just settled this Friday just gone. We decided to sort of draw out our settlement period just a little bit longer to allow us enough time to move house and to get past that Christmas period, which was great because that is exactly what the buyer wanted to do as well. And so yeah, we sold it a while ago, but I wasn't able to tell you guys because I wanted to wait until we'd actually moved out. So the amount that we sold our house for in the end was $445,000, which is actually pretty low for a house in Australia. I think the average house price in Queensland is probably about 500,000. I know down in the lower states in Australia it's about 750,000 to $1 million. Like, houses are not cheap at all. So our house didn't sell for that much in the grand scheme of things, but compared to the $360,000 that we bought it for, and then you take off the $20,000 that we'd already paid off, we did pretty well. We made over $100,000 on our house, which was awesome. Definitely not something I'm complaining about. Now, the reason why we managed to get our house so cheap in the beginning is because we did a lot of shopping around, a lot of research. The first thing that we researched is different properties and how different properties and locations around us were growing. And we knew that the area that we bought in was sort of starting to develop, but there was a lot of development yet to happen, but it was all planned. So we knew that if we bought now, it would be cheap, but we knew that it would increase in value over the time that we had it. So we only held the house for 4 years, and honestly, I would have loved to have kept it as a rental property as well, because that area is still increasing in value, but it just wasn't something that worked for us at the time, so we decided to sell it. The other thing that we managed to score when we bought our house was that the home was for sale in a divorce settlement. So it had been on the market for quite a while and wasn't selling. It was originally listed at, I think, $400,000, and we didn't have that much to spend at the time. So we just came in with a super low offer, which they were not happy about. We offered about $330,000 originally, which is $70,000 less. And we just negotiated from there and managed to settle on $360,000. So that is another recommendation that I can make for you guys. Look around. If you can find a house in a good area that's been on the market for a while, give that a go, because if it's been on the market for a while, then there's a chance that the owner is just wanting to get rid of it and is willing to bring their asking price down a little bit. So we were very lucky in that circumstance, because we'd already made about $40,000 on the house when we bought it. Since that time, obviously, because it was a developing area, we made another, what was it, roughly $1,000. I don't know, my math skills are not working right now, but we made a lot of extra money on that house due to developments. And then from there, the next hurdle was selling the house and being able to hold on to the equity that we had worked hard to earn without having to spend a lot of it, all of it, on real estate fees. And that is something which I think a lot of people have trouble with, because when you sell a house or when you decide to put your house on the market, you go and get your house valued, and usually you're like, wow, you know, this is how much I'm going to make on this house, and don't account for the fact that you're going to have to spend $2,000–3,000 in solicitors fees. You're going to have to pay a real estate agent, you're going to have moving fees, you're going to have listing fees, you're going to have photography fees if you're having a photographer come in and take pictures of the house, which I think you do in like every circumstance of selling a house. There's lots of different things that you need to account for. So when it came to choosing a real estate agent, we were lucky enough to come across Purplebricks, which at the time, I think it had only been in Australia for about a week or something. It was very, very new. still is very new, but it had had a lot of success over in the UK. Now, I think it has only just come to Australia. It hasn't come to many or any other countries yet, but it is in the UK and it's done really well there, and now it is in Australia. And the way Purplebricks is different to a regular real estate agent is that A, they don't charge a commission fee, which is amazing, because when you start looking around at what the average real estate commission fees are, they can be up to 3.25%, which on a $500,000 house is about $16,000, just over $16,000, which is a lot when you come to consider it's not a huge percentage of the total house value. But if you're paying out your mortgage and then you have to take another $16,000 off to pay your real estate agent, that $16,000 you could have used on your next house or on a holiday or something else, which is just a lot of money. So we were definitely not wanting to go the way of the, you know, typical commission-based real estate agents. And as I mentioned, Purplebricks does not work off commission. They have a flat rate fee of $4,500, which even out of all the capped fee real estate agents I know in Australia, I think that is actually the lowest. And the reason why they're able to do it at that price is because it's kind of like Uber in a way, you guys. It's kind of like Uber for real estate agents. Everything is done online and everything is done through an app, which I found really refreshing, because my first experience with real estate agents and the whole buying house deal was not a very positive one, because when we bought that house, we were constantly communicating through a real estate agent and through solicitors with our seller, and it just wasn't something that worked out. It was a very stressful time for me, and I just never felt like I was getting the real honest answer out of my real estate agents and out of my solicitors. It seemed like a little bit of a mess at the time. So my experience with Purplebricks was completely different to this, in that from the moment we had our real estate agent come out to us for the first time, her name was Cheryl Hislop, she guided us through the entire process of selling our home and was just amazing at it. She did such a fantastic job, and she was always so quick to reply to me when I did have a question or anything. But she initially came out to us and explained the whole Purplebricks system, which was basically that whenever we wanted to have people come through our house, I would actually organize it myself and play the real estate agent for myself, which was kind of daunting at first, because I'm not a real estate agent and I had no experience in that. I wasn't experienced in marketing anything, in selling anything. So I wasn't really feeling confident about doing that. Mind you, Cheryl did say that I could pay an extra, I think it was around $400, and have her do all of that for me. But I did actually want to give it a go. I was very curious about what it would be like to sell my own house. So I thought, hey, I'm gonna give it a go. I'll show 1 or 2 people through the house, and if I'm really not liking it, then we'll just pay that extra fee and get Cheryl to do it all for us. But luckily I didn't have to do that, because it really wasn't as scary a process as what I thought it would be. Eventually I learned that out of everybody that could be selling my house for me, I would probably be the best person, because I knew everything about it. So whenever a buyer came through, or a prospective buyer came through and had a question, I was able to answer them honestly, and I think them as a buyer felt more comfortable having me show them through the house, because they knew that I wasn't trying to sell them on it. Like, I wasn't an experienced marketing agent. I wasn't using any kind of sneaky real estate marketing selling techniques. I was just basically showing them through my house, and it created a much more relaxed vibe when I was doing the open homes and the private inspections. So in case you were wondering the way that all of these things were set up and how they were managed, so we just had a regular listing on the Purplebricks site, on domain.com and on realestate.com, which were, you know, domain.com and realestate.com are the first places people generally go when they're looking to buy a property in Australia. And from there, they just contacted the real estate agent, who gave them my number, and then they would just send me a text message to be able to set up an appointment. Or alternatively, the buyer could actually go onto the Purplebricks website, look at my calendar that I'd already pre-set up in the Purplebricks system, and they could just select a date. And as soon as they selected a date, I would get a push notification straight to my phone saying this person wants to view your house at this time. I would click confirm, and then that was our appointment set up. It was really, really easy in that sense. And then during the open home, I'd usually try and collect the number off the person who was looking through just to do a follow-up, or if they had any further questions. And that was a way for me to sort of engage with the buyer. So I just would send them a text message to say, thanks for coming through. If you have any further questions, let me know. And that was the way that I actually developed a really good relationship with the people who bought our house. If they had any questions, if they wanted to request an extension on a payment date or anything, all they had to do was text me and I'd be like, yep, I'll let my solicitor know. So that system there was brilliant. And then from there, Purplebricks actually connected us with their law team, which was called Law Lab. Once again, it was completely online. So James and I actually signed the contract for our house, believe it or not, in between the intermission of Heidi's dance recital. We just did it on our phone. We didn't have to have a witness or anything. We just used like the online signature app to sign our documents. And then we were able to upload all of our documents through the Law Lab app as well. Like we just took pictures of all of our driver's licenses. We would scan in all of our signed documents or take a picture of it and just upload it. And so everything was done so easily. I didn't have to do any kind of running around or having JPs sign things. It was just so easy. I've never even come face to face with our solicitors. That's how easy it was. And for me, being a mum with 3 children, that is the kind of thing I needed. So we saved a lot of money in selling our house. So far, we've actually spent less than $6,000. It was $4,500 for our Purplebricks listing, which included the uploading to realestate.com domain and the Purplebricks website. It also included all of the photography of the house. And then of course, we had that relationship with our real estate agent, Cheryl, who, you know, helped us with everything along the way. And she was really good at helping me facilitate all of those private inspections that we had coming through. And then of course, we had our solicitor's fees, which I believe was about $1,200. So all in all, that was less than $6,000, and we sold our house in 12 days. I was so surprised at that. It caught me really off guard because I was expecting that it was going to take a couple of months. I'd given ourselves a couple of months, and then all of a sudden we'd sold it in 12 days, which is why we had to extend that settlement period, because we were like, we can't get out of here that quickly. We need to extend this time. We were not ready. The buyers weren't ready. It just happened so quickly. So it was something that we'd definitely do again. I was really happy with the overall service and the overall experience I received through Purplebricks. I loved every minute of it. And honestly, I didn't think I would, because selling a house, buying a house, it's never fun. But it actually was. I really liked playing the real estate agent. I really liked being able to say, I did this. Like, I sold my own home, and in the process of it, we saved so much money as well. So now here we are, living in my parents' house in the meantime, but we are about to start construction on our next house. Everything is going ahead as planned, and we should be in by Christmas. So I have got a lot of very exciting videos for you guys if you're interested in this house kind of stuff. And if you are, please let me know in the comments, and please give it a big thumbs up, because that helps me determine what kind of content you guys like to see. And in my mind at the moment, I would really love to do like our entire house building process. I'd really like to share that with you guys, but only if you guys want to see it. So make sure to let me know. And other than that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really enjoyed filming it. I really enjoyed sharing that information. So if you guys like seeing it, let me know. If you want to follow me on any of my other social media accounts, I've got Snapchat, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. As I said, make sure to give a thumbs up if you liked it, and hit subscribe if you're new. And other than that, I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.